Sorry, guys. Good afternoon, Ngozi Talk Shows family. It's Namsa here at Ngozi Talk Shows. Find your own voice, led from within. I'm on my own today, guys, and you know when I'm on my own, we always talk about a relationship. So today we will be talking about how to cope with the rejection and loneliness in a relationship. Coping with the rejection and loneliness in a relationship can be incredibly challenging for some people. And but it's important to remember that you are not alone in experiencing these feelings. And so I'm going to share some strategies that may help you navigate through these difficult emotions. And if you somebody who is facing it right now, if you are facing rejection, I just want you to know that you are not alone. There's lots of people out there who feel that when the relationship is not working, any kind of a relationship, they feel that if it's not working, it means that they are not enough. I disagree with that. Just because if I'm dating somebody, and if myself I feel that this person is not enough for me, it does not mean that they are not enough for themselves and they are not enough for somebody else. So those are the things that I'm going to share in my video, guys. Those are the things that you guys need to be aware. The rejection, whatever we call rejection, is not really uh, it's not really a rejection, because if we wanted everybody to date us and everybody to like us, then this world wouldn't be exciting as it is. So if you're dating somebody and they wake up one day, they feel that they don't want to be with you. So you don't have to feel that, okay, my life shouldn't go on in this person. You shouldn't having to depend on that person and feel that this person, they uh, okay, because they've walked away from me, it means that I'm not enough. It means that no one will ever want me. No one will ever want to go out with me. Sorry, I'm sharing the video, guys. Just bear with me. It's not true. Uh, you are enough. I always say I have this thing that somebody taught to me, that if I am not enough for you, I am enough for you. I am enough for me. This has worked for me for many, many years. Every time I go through rejection, I go through whatever I call it, loneliness or whatever. I don't feel lonely. Sometimes there were times where I'll, like if I wasn't dating somebody, I'll be getting out there and feeling lonely and feeling that I'm all alone. But I tell you guys, I don't feel lonely anymore. I will never ever feel that way. There are some people who are in a relationship, they feel lonely as well. They feel that loneliness because their spouse, they cannot communicate with their spouse properly. And they find that they have challenges in their relationship. So I tell you why I don't feel lonely anymore is because I realize that every journey that I take in life, I'm not alone. And I've realized that the person that enters my life, they are there to teach me something about myself, or they come to my life to play parts in my life. They come, God sends them to me because they have an assignment that they need to complete. So I don't feel lonely in my life because when I was dating, like before I wasn't into dating, my relationship fell apart. When my relationship fell apart, I found a place. I moved to a different place. with my daughter. And that moment, it was the moment for me time. Never ever feel lonely if you are not in a relationship, because that time of you on your own, you will never get it back. The minute you date somebody else, you miss that time of being on your own, because there will be socks on the floor. Now, when you make plans, you have to make plans for two people. So I would say get excited. If you are single, get excited, enjoy that relationship, enjoy being on your own that moment. Put popcorn up, watch the movie, just enjoy it, because it's that time. Every day that we have when we live, each day is a blessing. Don't see it or feel lonely when somebody says, I don't want to be with you. It's a blessing, because you don't know what tomorrow will bring through that relationship. You don't know what God has in store for you. You don't know what Satan has in store for you. So all those things, when somebody, it hurts when you are in a relationship and somebody, if it has to tell you that they don't want to be with you, it hurts. For me, if I know what I know now, I wouldn't feel as much hurt as I would now if somebody would say, no, sir, I don't want to be with you. I'll accept it, because I know that God wants to be with me. So that person, they are just somebody like me, who they don't even know their future, what is going to happen tomorrow. So if they tell me that they don't want to be with me, I accept it with all my heart. Now, all I would do is I would just go to God and say, God, what plans do you have for me? So when you go through that pain, so the first thing you have to do is acknowledge your feelings. Never, ever ignore your feelings. Allow yourself to feel your emotions. Allow yourself. Those emotions are the emotions that comes with rejection and hurt. Try to express these emotions. It can often make them more intense. It can feel like the world is upside down. It can feel like the world is against you, but that's part of life. So just feel those feelings. If you want to scream, I have a big stick in my house, and everyone was asking, what is it with this stick? And I was like, the stick is when I need it. If I feel like I need a pillow, if I want to smash the pillows, I gotta have a stick in the house, guys. If I'm feeling so angry or inside, or I'm feeling so upset, I gotta hit something. Instead of going to my children and going to my spouse, I gotta find something to hit is the pillows. I gotta hit the pillows. I gotta hit the pillows, because I'm acknowledging the pain when it hurts. Acknowledge the pain. Communicate with it. What do you want to respond to that pain? How do you want this pain to go? Do you want it to go, or do you want it to control your life? Acknowledge it. Speak to it. Speak to the pain. How do you want to handle it? Speak to it. When you speak to it, how you respond to it is a critical component of how your tomorrow is going to look like. Seek support if it's needed from family members. There are some people who have good family members. There are some people who have good friends that they can share. You can share whatever is going on for them to support you, or you can get a therapy. And the most thing, number three, please focus on self care. It's very, very important to focus on self-care. Take good care of yourself, both physically and emotionally. Take good care of yourself. Look after yourself. Look after number one. The advice that you will give Nomsa when Nomsa has a problem, use that advice for yourself. Take good care of yourself. Engage in activities that brings you joy. What brings you joy into your life? And relaxation. What makes you relax? What makes you feel so relaxed? Whether it depends on outdoors, practicing mindfulness, indulging hobbies you enjoy, prioritize your activities that promote self-love and self-compassion. And mostly, don't forget to tell God what you're feeling, because he is always there to support you. Uh, don't feel that you are alone. You're never alone. Um, I watched this testimony of this American guy. He was going through so much pain, and he said, I think he was very, very young. He was going through abuse, going through abuse uh, spiritually. And he said one day Jesus showed up in his bedroom, and he couldn't believe it. So he was sitting there, and he said, I have question for you. And Jesus said, yes, I know you have question for me. And then he said, why did you let it happen? And God said, I've always been there. I protected you. My job is to protect your soul. But when it comes to life experiences, you got to figure out, although I'm there. So the way he was saying it was like, although God is always there, for the believers or non-believers, he's always there. But he said, but I went through so much pain. If you do exist, how come you let it happen? And he said, I protected your soul. My job is to protect your soul. And I was always there. And when I saw that God's testimony, and I listened to my story, what I've been through with the human blood sacrifice, and I was like, as from today, I am never, ever, ever going to accept any rejection from anybody. And I'm never, ever going to feel alone, because I know that I'm not alone. So I came to understand how God works when I was listening to his testimony. And I was like, okay, so that's how he saved me. Because when the angel of God saved me, when I was going through Lucifer, when I was going through human blood sacrifice, I felt the angel of God, and I felt what God was telling me, what he wanted me to see and to feel. But I have not had an encounter with him yet. So I know that one day he'll come back to show me that he saved me then. So one day I know he will come back to me and say, Nomsa, I'm here in person. So he wants me to experience that experience. I've watched so many people that I have had that experience. I'm sharing this with you guys because there is no need for you to feel that you are alone. There is no need for you to get into depression just because you want somebody else to accept you. There is no need. There is no need for you, like if you are in a relationship and somebody tell you that they don't want to be with you, they are rejecting you. They are not actually rejecting you, is because they have, with them, they have things that they have to deal with. But because if you don't know that, you would think that you're being rejected. If somebody is going through pain, and they're going through pain, and maybe sometimes they went through, they still have childhood attachment, or sometimes they have things that they have to deal with, and then you don't know that this person has things that they are dealing with. Imagine you walking into the office, your manager is sitting there. She's dealing with so many things that you don't know, or he is dealing with so many things that you don't know. And here they give it all to you. And what you're gonna do is you'll be like, I don't want to be here. Ask, what did I do to deserve having to be told off? Me, I always ask questions, guys. When somebody tells me off, I don't react to the situation. I always want to know. And I always find that the minute I ask questions, I always realize that it's actually not me. But if I had to walk away, or if I had let them keep fighting me, or without asking any questions, without asking, what did I do to deserve all this insult? They wouldn't have had to explain that it's not you, is what I'm going through. They wouldn't have had to explain. So if at work you go through all these managers that are not good and they're taking all on you, it's not you. Or maybe it might be you that is contributing by not doing the work. Uh, that's all that. When it comes to rejection, don't ever think that you're being rejected because of something you've done, or simply we're choosing the wrong people. We were talking about it yesterday that some people goes with the looks. My look changes. If you look at my video a year ago or 2 years ago or 3 years ago, I look different than now, but I still look the same anyway. I look different. My face is still the same, but we change. Our bodies do change. I've had 2 children. If you look at me before I had kids, I look different. If you look at me now, I've had 2 kids. My body looks different. So everything changes. So sometimes it might be you've selected the wrong person and you want that person to be the right person. And that's why this person is rejecting you, because they are not the right person for you. And then because you don't know that this is not the right person, then you end up getting into depression, getting into stress. But maybe that person was never meant to be with you. So it's very, very, very important when you're being rejected, is just sit down, take it all in. For me, when my relationship did not work out, okay, I was like, number one, I'd spent 2 years searching for this guy. I went through a matchmaker. I was very, very busy. I did not have the time to go and find somebody. So I met my ex through the matchmaker. And okay, I was like, I spent time being a single woman. And after I became being a single woman, and then I spent time searching for this guy. I told God, I sat down, guys. I put all my thoughts in it, what I was looking for. I told God, this is what I'm looking for, and God gave me that nice guy. But I did not spend time, the skills in that relationship. So my relationship didn't work. But when my relationship didn't work, I find myself now, I'm a single mom. I was a single mom. Now, spend time with being a mother to my daughter, and be a spouse to my spouse. We're a beautiful family. Now find myself again back to square one. I was a single mom trying to raise a child on my own. And I said, Gary, this is too much, man. And I started binding. I was like, I bind the strong man. I'm closing my eyes. I'm like, blood of Jesus, raise a voice for me. And Gary went, no, so shut up. And he said, shut up. So I was like, God, the Holy Spirit, you're telling me to shut up? I'm being serious. My relationship did not work here. And then I was like, look back. You ask for the blessings. to find this guy. And I did. I helped you to find this guy. And you did get the guy, but you never prayed for me to help you with the skills of a relationship. You never asked for that. You ask him to catch the fish, but cooking the fish, the ingredients of the fish to cook, you never asked for it. And I was like, God, that's not fair. And I was like, life is not fair. No, I could have easily, I could have easily said to myself, I was rejected. I could have easily said my spouse wasn't the right guy, my ex wasn't the right guy. But yes, yeah, I'm praying, God, guys, it was serious. I'm fasting. I just, my relationship just hasn't worked. I just bind and cast out and bind and cast out and bind and cast out. And God tells me to shush. I never had the skills. I was never rejected in this first place because I didn't have the skills in that relationship. So that's when I decided, okay, God, my way is not working. Let's do it your way. So God's way, it was for me to reflect on things. Reflecting on things without blaming myself, without blaming my ex, without whining and moaning that I've been rejected or he's been rejected or whatever, that the relationship didn't work out. Without me complaining, he wanted me to reflect on things. Look back in my family, in my bloodline. Was there my family, there was a divorce? Divorce is my parents. My mom and dad divorced when I was 8 months. So I look back now. That cycle is there. Every time I meet a guy, it will go up to 7 years, 8 years. The relationship goes. So I had to break the cycle from my parents. The cycle of rejection. It was the rejection. Whoever ended the relationship between my parents, they created the cycle of rejection. And that code, I had to break it. I had to break the code, the cycle of like mother, like daughter, like father, like daughter. My grandfather divorced. My grandmother, my mother's father. So I had to break that cycle instead of looking at my life and saying, wow, I'm being rejected. And since then, guys, after that, I went through healing. I healed myself. I had to go through so many step by step in my life to go through healing. So you can do that if you're somebody who is surrounded by rejection, if you're being rejected in a relationship. Ask yourself, not the why. Why does not exist? If you find why, if you are looking for why, then you will stay there blaming yourself. Just say, okay, I need to evaluate things. Let me look at my past life. Let me look at my parents' past life. Or simply, there is nothing wrong with you. The person that is rejected, they have their own past life. But that past life is now having to affect you. Nothing wrong with your life. Simply. So whenever we go through pain, before we can start judging ourselves, before we can start judging the people we are dating, look at the life that these people, that person in their past, their parents' past, look at their lives. And look at your life. Evaluate things. Once you look at your life, that's why it's very, very important when we go dating people, ask questions. When we are dating people, ask questions. So that later on, when anything shows up later on, we cannot blame ourselves and say, actually, he told me that about this and I ignored it. The words are very, very powerful that we speak every single day. So you can cut the cord of rejection, maybe from your spouse or maybe from your life. And maybe your spouse, they are showing up, they're rejecting you because they have issues in their bloodline, or they have issues in their life, in their childhood, that there's a childhood attachment with them. So maybe they have all those problems. So make sure that uh, you reflect on things without blaming. There are some people, they will create the lies and say, you know what, I've been rejected so many times. You know what, these relationships, it don't work, so I am not gonna date anymore. But deep down they're feeling lonely. I'm not gonna date anyone anymore. I'm just gonna stay at home, relax. I'm just gonna be my life, and I'm just gonna live my life. But deep down, they really wish that they could find somebody for dating. Take your tablet and go, young lady. So deep down in their heart, uh, they actually will love to date. So don't write yourself off because of rejection. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't write your destiny off. If you're meant to be with somebody, you're meant to date somebody, you're meant to be with somebody, don't write it off. If you're meant to get promotion, don't write that promotion off just because of the disappointment. If you look at people that are successful now, they tell you that they had to go through so much pain in order for them to get that yes. So that's what life is about, guys. You have to go through challenges. Life is not easy. It's not easy. You have to go through pain after pain. But there's only, you have a final say with God, whether you want to give up or whether you just want to accept that rejection and not date again or not be in a relationship. There are some people, when they are being rejected, they will try to beg somebody. They will try to beg that person to actually stay in their relationship. It doesn't work. It does not work. It means they'll do it again. So if you are somebody, I watch Shanda Sumter, her testimony. She's one of the top business coaches. Her testimony is her husband. She met her husband. She searched for her husband. She gave her goal 90 days to meet her husband and get married. So now she meets her husband. Her husband is a nice guy. And now she has this thing of dumping guys. So she said she dumped him in how many times? I think 30 times or 40 times a day. Or I don't know how many times she dumped him. And they kept making up, dumping him, make up, dumping, make up, dumping, until they both realized actually they need help. So they both decided they'll go for counseling together, and that's how their marriage was born, and that's how they got married. And today they both have businesses together. They both uh, they're both happy, and so you get to have a final say in your life. So I'm sharing this story because, guys, when you get rejected, it does not mean that it's just you. There's two people to tangle in a relationship. So before we start blaming ourselves, we start saying, oh, uh, I'm not enough, or this person has dumped me, so there's no good guys out there. There is no good men out there. So before we do that, we need to reflect on things. Once we reflect on things, then we can move forward with everything that we want to do in life. I've gone through so much rejection in my life. But at the time, I did not know how to deal with that rejection. It caused so much pain. I remember before I met or Martin, I met this guy. He was tall, good looking, handsome guy. And we started dating. And we were both looking for the same thing. He's looking to be in a long term relationship. That's what I thought anyway. And then later on, he actually said, no, sir, I don't think this relationship is going to work. So I was like, I felt so betrayed. That's how I felt at that time, guys. If it was now, I'll be celebrated. I will celebrate. But at the time, I didn't have any experience about the rejection. But if it happens now, I'll celebrate. I'll go and buy ice cream and I'll put a movie that I like, or I'll put my father in the Lord, Dr. Olukoya. I'll just put on his seminars and I'll just pray to God and I'll just celebrate. Why do I celebrate? Is because I just embrace self-acceptance and God, God is acceptance. I don't have control in anybody else's feelings. I don't have control. And that's the only thing that I can tell you guys. If we have control of how people should love us, how they should do this, they should do that, I don't have control. So for me, my beliefs are, if somebody now tells me that, Nomsa, I don't want to work with you, I'm cool with that. Or Nomsa, I don't want to be with you, I'm cool with that. But before, I will be wondering why? Why? But the truth is, I don't have to do that. We all have choices in life. How we respond to everything that we go through in life is how our tomorrow is going to look like. So it's very, very important to know these days that we don't have control we cannot control people. If people wants to reject us, they will reject us. Whether you're beautiful or you are not, they would do it. Whether you are handsome, whether you are, I don't know what beauty is, by the way. I don't know what handsome is, but for me, going through that, when I was like praying to God, I'm like praying, I'm looking for the good words, and God is saying, I'm like, shut up, will you shut up? And I'm like, God, I'm in pain and I'm being serious about this. And he was like, yes, I know you are serious, but you asked me to bring the guy to you. I did, but you really never asked me to teach you the skills of how to keep this guy. So we cannot blame other people here. You just need to learn the skills. So in the other way around, the Holy Spirit was showing me that I need to learn the skills. But can I avoid being rejected? No, I can't. As long as I learn the skills, I do my part, I work on my confidence, I, that's the only thing I can do. And accept the person that I am 100% unapologetic. Create my own image. In that process, I had to create my own image, which is authentic image. I had to reflect on my life, where I've been and where I was going. I had to create goals. Being dumpty did not stop me moving forward with my life. It did not stop me. But the practice acceptance, challenge negative thought. Negative thought, guys, they will always come. I have these earphones. Me, I speak to my thoughts, by the way. I don't know how you call it. You call it bonkers, whatever you call it, but it works. I have these earphones. Uh, they are all wireless. When I go out, not just saying where are my earphones. See, I've got them. See, there's one pair here. There's one pair here. There's another pair on the table. I'm sharing you with these earphones there. I'm always listening to music. But when negative thoughts present themselves, you see, they're wireless. So I use them for my music. I got two pairs here I got three pairs in the living room. In my bedroom, I've got another three pairs or four pairs. I like earphones, good earphones that protect my ears. And every time when I'm walking, I play music. But if negative thoughts present them itself, because I've got earphones on, I speak to those negative out loud, negative thoughts. But people will think that I'm actually on the phone, but I'm not. I'm actually speaking to negative thoughts. I'm not talking to myself, but I'm speaking to negative thoughts and letting them know that they will not control my life. I am in control. Nomsa is in charge of her life. I'm in charge of my thoughts. So my thoughts will not take over and control my life. So, guys, I don't know how you deal with your situation or how you deal with the negativity when it comes when it's presented to you. To me, that's how I speak to these earphones are so good. Really, really good. So make sure that they're gaming earphones though. So they are so good that I have this microphone. See, I have this microphone, but I need to plug my earphones. But I don't have to plug my earphones because they are so good that they can pick up the noise everywhere. So I use those earphones, I put them on my head, I'll listen to the music. When I'm not here around, my neighbors look for me, guys. Because the girl with the earphones, where is she? Because I speak to my neighbors. I always smiling when you see me with the music. I dance. I don't really, rejection, it does not affect me as it used to before I actually worked on myself, because before I could actually understand what rejection is. And even when I was going through human blood sacrifice, when you go through human blood sacrifice, you have to go through Lucifer. And he gets the pleasure to torture you. So every time when he will bring, like if I have a friend, like when you have friends that they're fake, they're not real. And then he will bring them and wanting them to reject me. And after rejection, you feel insecure, right? That was the agenda for me, to feel insecure, to take away my confidence. So what I will say out loud, I'll say, you cannot take something that any relationship that is created by God, that has been presented by God to me, you will not take it away. Anything that you have to take away, it means it was never there in the first place. That's my beliefs. I believe that any relationship that is from God, even if it breaks up today, 5 years later, because that relationship is meant to be, it will be restored. That's my belief. I always believe that anything that God has given you, any gift, any talent, any blessing that God has given you, I always believe that if you lose it, or if it slips through your away, if you don't give up and you keep believing, I believe that God can restore it to you, back to you. That's my belief. That I believe that there are some people who came to my life, and some of them, they were used by Lucifer to make me believe that they were rejected. And I still believe that those people will come back to my life because they were meant to be. But there are some relationship that was never, there are people that we date. We're not meant to date them. They're meant to play a part in our lives and leave. But because they become so nice, And if we have never experienced that experience of meeting kind people, and I'll be like, oh, this person is so kind. And when they ask me out, I want to date them because I'm thinking that's their assignment, but they're not really there to date them. They are there for an assignment to help and move on. But because we don't know how the universe, how God works, so we just think that some things are meant for us. Some things are not meant for us. If we're meant to get married, no matter what age that is, we will still get married because God is where it cannot be changed, guys. It cannot be changed. It can be altered. For those who don't know, Lucifer can alter your destiny. If your destiny is bright, is meant to be great, he can come in and alter it to be bad. And if you don't know that Satan can alter your destiny, and you'll be like complaining, crying. And when you cry, does it help? It doesn't. That's why there's speakers, the big speakers that you guys watch, Tony Robbins, Bob Proctor, they all studied the Bible very, very well. Everything they are teaching, they all studied the Bible. They know how the Bible works, but they are teaching it in a different way. But they're teaching the truth. The words that we speak, they play a part in our lives because we are in control with our destiny. We are in control with our destiny. We get how we respond to every rejection, to every loneliness. When we're feeling lonely, we feel like there are some people that are in a relationship. They feel so alone. Guys, I'm learning something. Sometimes the people, they spend time winding each other up in a relationship. And this message is for any Christian who is listening to this video, will be listening later. If you are a Christian, guys, don't wind your husband or your spouse by going to tell them, you know what, I'm not happy. The relationship is, I'm not happy with this, blah, blah, blah. Don't bother. Go to the Bible. It's something I've learned. I don't know if I have taught you guys 3 weeks ago. Let the blood of Jesus raise a voice for me. Oh my goodness. This prayer is so powerful. When we're asking God to raise a voice for you, it means every journey where you've been, where is meant for anything that is meant for you, it means God goes back to that journey and say, Nomsa needs this, Nomsa needs this, Nomsa needs this. He goes back like the promotion that you've missed a long time ago. He'll go back and shake the world and say, wow, my child needs promotion. Contact her. He will go to your spouse and say, wake up, boom, wake up. The relationship needs to work. How does it need to work? It needs to hang out. It does the work, but you got to be able to speak the words that we do not speak against people, guys. We don't speak against people. So don't use God to speak against people because you harm people. We use God to connect with his heart so he can help us to get to where we need to be. The rejection is part of life. It's part of our growth. Stay open to your connection. So when you stay open to you connection, it means you're open to whatever might be. You say, God, okay, this is what this journey has taken me to. I'm open to whatever that might be. Everything, guys, that I'm teaching you, I've gone through that experience. When I'm at work, I sing this song, the resurrection power of God. I did teach you guys to harmonize it. Let the blood of Jesus raise a voice for me where I have no voice. If you are a Christian, it means we worship the same God. Or if you are not a Christian, but you believe that he exists, you can call him out without asking. You don't have to ask for finances. You don't have to ask for anything. Just say, once you ask him, let the resurrection power of the blood of Jesus raise a voice for me or fall upon me now. Well, how can you do this? You have to create it as a song. If you are in the office or working with the other people, you can sing that song. Or if you are running, you can sing that song. The resurrection power of God fall upon me now, fall upon me now, fall upon me now. The resurrection power. You don't need to say anything else. You go to every journey where you've been in life. The people that you thought they were against you, that they were never against you because of the challenges that you face in life, he will resurrect every blessing that you are meant to have. But you don't go to him with the mindset of the blessings. You have to go to him with the crying mindset. Crying, like I'm crying, I'm surrendering it everything. You know what I need right now? Help me moving forward with my tomorrow, because I don't know how my tomorrow is going to look like. I don't know how my next year, my 5 years is going to look like. But can you arrange that 5 years for me? Can you arrange that 2 years for me so that I can move forward with my life? That's when every day the resurrection, however you want, resurrection power of God fall upon me now, fall upon me now, fall upon me now. Resurrection power of God, fall upon my house, fall upon my house, fall upon my house. The resurrection power of God, fall upon my business, fall upon my business, fall upon my business. The resurrection that raised Jesus, fall up. You have to say Jesus because there are so many gods. So you could be asking different gods if you just say gods. The resurrection power that raised Lazarus from the dead, that raised Jesus from the dead, it works. I have been singing this song for 3 weeks. I can tell you the life, the experience. I know I've not been singing it for 3 weeks. I'm lying. I think it's been more than like 9 months. I've gone through challenges in life. Satan has presented big challenges in my life. But through those challenges that I go through, where I felt rejected, God restored happiness in my life. Where I felt that my life it did not make sense, God restored that sense for me to say that He loves me. There's times where I have walked through my business. I woke up one day, my website disappeared. I have tried like 3 website designers. I like a simple professional website. I'm not somebody who is obsessed with the website, but that website it has to drive traffic to me. So I going through that path where I didn't know where I was going. First with challenges. But then one day I was faced with challenges that I always followed Cy Blackman. I always followed him. And one day I went to his Zoom meeting and he was giving away his coaching. So I won the coaching. I told you guys before. And when I won the coaching, but if my website was there, I don't think I would have been going to Cy. I would have been busy with the clients. I would have been busy focusing on getting clients. But because my website wasn't there, it wasn't there. And I just needed some tips on how to write content. In the end, I didn't end up come out with the tips of writing content. I came out with a coaching that cost £25,000 a year. And not that is all. So now I am building the website. I have these website designers. So he comes in once and he goes, I've created this program. So this program, it comes with this, it comes with this, it comes with that. This is everything that I want in my life. I'm not buying the program. I'm already doing program with him. He's already coaching me. So I was like, okay, my niche, I need to add some things in my niche. But I could not afford it. So he was giving it away. So I had to get that program. And he was like, this program is this much. But you can, instead of me, it comes with a package of everything that I need. So I was like, okay, I'm going to have that guy. So doing that, I'm just praying, guys. I'm just praying. You guys, you know that I've told you about my journey. I've gone through the journey of rejection in my life. I contacted some of the business people. They don't want to work with me because they don't want to work with me because I'm a matchmaker, I'm a dating coach. Some people, when you contact them, they're like, what exactly would we collaborate with? And I'm saying, how can I collaborate with you? You are a dating coach. I'm a matchmaker. I work with people. If you are a business person, I can collaborate with any business person, guys. The reason why I'm telling you that I can collaborate with any business person, do you know why? Is because I meet everybody from all walks of life. So I can collaborate with a hairdresser. I can collaborate with a billionaire, with a millionaire, with anybody you call them, any part of department of work, because I work with people. So people seems to think I'm no use for them sometimes. But it's something that I had to learn. So there's times where on LinkedIn, when I want to connect with people, they're like, I can see you are a matchmaker. So I don't think this, but actually, what people don't realize is I'm a dating. I work with people who are single, from professionals who are don't have the time to date, and through that I get to make relationship. I get to forge a relationship with these people. So if I have a business, somebody who is struggling, maybe they need a website designer, and they tell me, I need a website designer. I'll be like, oh yeah, I know somebody who is a designer on LinkedIn. So for those who are watching my video, and I never convince everyone, guys, to say, oh yeah, actually we can work together. I don't do all those things. Anybody that comes my way that is not meant for me, I let them go. Is what something that I have learned the hard way, that never ever try to explain yourself. Any relationship that is meant for God, it stays with you. So that's my belief, that anyone that is watching me from LinkedIn, I can collaborate with you, or Facebook, I can collaborate with you, Instagram, Twitter. I can collaborate because I work with people. You might be in the law firm. Somebody might come to me, they're looking for a relationship, but in their business, they're looking for somebody in the law who is looking to help them. I will say, oh, yes, I know somebody on LinkedIn that I've known for a long time. But people always say when they come in, they'll be like, but I don't do that. So I've learned this 9 months ago, that I don't have to convince people. God brings people to me. He'll bring people that are actually will add value to my life. The only thing I have to do is to cry out to him. The only thing I have to do is to keep my desires in my heart and the open mind and say, God, this is what is needed in my life. Please bring people to me. I worked with John Gray before, guys. I think he's been in my talk show for 2 times now. So I have been praying to God. God knows what I need in my life. And 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I had an email. John Gray as a secretary. She sent me an email. She was like, Nomsa, here's the invitation for, yeah, she basically gave me her private uh calendar to say, before I put the calendar, could you please pick the times where you want John Gray to appear in your talk show? So it won't be in the 1 p.m. guys, it will be in the evening. It will be 11 p.m. UK time. So I have booked John Gray for the whole year until December, once a month, 11 o'clock, or some days it's 10 o'clock or 10:30. You will know anyway. So the next one, the first one will be the 25th of April. That will be 11 o'clock. So that's where, but I did not ask before. I will ask. But now God has decided to show me that he does the work. He is bringing people to me to say, he reminded John Gray's office team that Nomsa needs you. Therefore, contact her. And they contacted me. They were like, here's the calendar, pick the days that you want. So I had to pick, I had to be greedy, guys. I had to pick every month because I've never had that opportunity. So when I'm free now, like today, I'm going to go and book him for 2025. I'm going to book him for 2 years. So that is God's work. So I'm waiting for other miracles, guys. I'll tell you, there are some miracles that happens behind the scenes. The miracles, mega ones, they happen to my children. They happen to their fathers because I pray. Miracles that happens to my friends. Sometimes I pray for my friends without them knowing. And they'll come and tell me. And I'm like, thank you, Jesus. I don't have to tell them that this is what I've been praying for them. As long as they tell me their problem, I don't need to do anything. I just need to pray for them. So those are the things that I'm sharing this because people, they focus on what the rejection or being lonely. Don't focus on being rejected by people. Embrace that moment when you find yourself not having a spouse. That time will never come again, guys. Put your feet up, enjoy, soak yourself in the bath, do all these things because you will never ever get that time of being being single. Enjoy every moment. You put some music on and dance. Enjoy every moment. In that moment when you enjoy it, then God will make a way for you. Where there seems to be no way, He will make a way for you. So I'm sharing this, guys, with you so that you can know that I am human. Everything that I am talking about, rejection, I've gone through that rejection. Talking about love, the struggles of finding love, I've gone through those struggles. The struggles of business, I've gone through those struggles. The struggles of finances, I've gone through those struggles. The struggles of being homeless with the money, not homeless without money, being homeless but have the money. I've gone through it. So if anybody come to me and say, I want to be a millionaire, and then when I'm a millionaire, I'll be sorted. I'll say no. Money, it does not solve all the problem, but we do need to have it. But it does not mean that it solves the problems. I find myself homeless, but I had money in my bank account. I had to send the things to the storage. That's mean I didn't have a home. Even if I had to go and stay in a hotel, that means I'm homeless. Even if I had to go and stay with my father-in-law, that means that I didn't have a home. I've gone through that struggle, guys. I've gone through Lucifer. What more can you bring? What more can you bring? So life is life. It will throw us with some challenges. I don't know what you've been through. Just share it with you in your heart. That just using my testimony and say, I've been through this. But at this moment, I know there is a beautiful chapter in my life that is written only for me. There's a beautiful chapter that God has written for you. Accept that chapter, and whatever the rejection you've gone through, it is part of the journey. It's part of life. It's part of finding the one. You, some people are so lucky. They'll find the one just like that. But some people have to go through the struggle before they can find that special person. So that's what life is about. So, guys, I'm going to have to leave you and love you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Is Friday. So tomorrow I might be with Dr. Bigot because the times were different in LA and the United Kingdom. But now I think the time is gone back to 6 a.m. 1 p.m. is 6 a.m. to her. So she might be able to join tomorrow. So I'm not sure yet, but I'm on my own tomorrow if she's not here. So when I'm on my own and we talk about life, if you are somebody who likes my talk show and you always watch me, please do send me a topic. It would be nice to talk about something suggested by the audience. Do send me a topic and say, Nomsa, could you cover this topic? Just feel free, send me a topic. And God bless everyone. Go to my social media. If you want to connect with me, you can connect with me on my social media. And also you can connect with me through my website. If you want coaching, please do go and sign up for coaching. If you want a matchmaking, there's a page where you can fill out the application form and sign out for a matchmaking. And then we'll take it from there. I'm your love harmonist. Love, harmonizing love is what I do. The life and the challenges, I've had it all. If you come to me and say, I don't want to go to a matchmaker because I don't need any help, but you're single and you go to work, there's people don't go to a matchmaker because they are struggling. They go to a matchmaker because now the world has changed. People go to work. You start to work at 9 a.m. You finish work at 5. By the time you finish working, you're tired. You don't have time to go and scroll on dating apps. So I do the work for you. I do the scrolling, but I don't scroll. I headhunt clients for you. So that's how I work. Instead of you worrying about the scrolling on the dating apps, you just come to Hope Spring Eternal Introduction Agency. You pay the money. I do the work for you. And I hand over the right woman or the right man. Sometimes I might get it wrong, but with your help and support, we get there in the end. So if you want to find that special person, please do find that special. Do sign up to find that special person and subscribe to our channel as well on YouTube. Join the group Unique Billionaire Mindset. I'm just looking for the people that just like to take their business to the next level to join my group and just post. And when people know who you are and they know you are a coach, or if you are coming from LinkedIn and you are following me on LinkedIn and you are a coach or you have your own business, I put people as a moderator. I've got loads of moderators that are there. So people can, Facebook will stamp you and show people that you are a coach so that when people see your comment, it will come up as a coach. So you Whenever they have problems, people will get to contact you. And Gossip Talk Show group as well is the same. You can join a Gossip Talk Show's group as well. And let's change the world together. So if you are somebody who's driven and you're already on social media, had to unique billionaire mindset, join the group. And if you're single and you're looking for love, or you just need coaching, you have given up with life or business, you have started your business and you don't. I'm not a business coach, guys. So let's get it right. Uh, Although I've had the struggles with my business, but I do not qualify to be a business coach. Reason why I'm saying I do not qualify, there's a difference between me having experience, going through that experience, and having to coach you. I wouldn't have a clue because I have my business coach. I wouldn't have a clue how to coach you. But with love, I have turned the tables upside down. When the man does not communicate with me, I have had to learn the skills why this man does not communicate with me. When a man does not do this, do that, or a woman does not do that, I've had to go through the skills to learn the skills. That part I can teach you. And the part of life in general, having to live an authentic life, an image, I can teach you that. Because I once lived a fake life. Where when I'm saying a fake life is where I tell myself I'm not enough. Where I became a follower. Where I blamed people, those who were not there for me. Where I have blamed who didn't do what, who didn't do. I've done all that. But now I'm in a point where things go wrong, I check NOMSA first. God bless everyone. Live with grace.